The university, it feels, has never really embraced what you guys were and what you remain as one of the most famous college basketball teams of all time. Let's give you the floor.
Go on it, Jay.
All right, let me cook. So let me get this right. First and foremost, congratulations to John Beilein. I think he did a terrific job of help putting Michigan basketball back on the map. We know about the NCAA title appearances. We know about the Final Fours, the Big Ten. He won it a few times. I have nothing but admiration for what he did for my alma mater. However, we didn't know that he was leaving. We did not realize he was going to get a 5-year contract. So now that there's a vacant job in Ann Arbor, let's do a blank canvas of actually who should be the number one candidate. And to me, that should be a no-brainer. There's a guy named Juwan Howard that's from Chicago, which means he's going to be able to help recruit that market, that not only was an All-American in high school, came to the University of Michigan, was a member of the Fab Five, and he was the first person to sign their letter of intent. In theory, he also helped recruit each one of us. And for those that don't know, he was always the adult in the room amongst us. You've never seen Juwan Howard without a haircut. You never seen him without a crease in his pants. You never seen him undisciplined. And he was a technician out on the floor. He goes to the NBA, ultimately gets a max contract, plays a really long time, becomes an all-star, and later in his career becomes a champion. Some of the people that he was around later in his career, like LeBron James, Dwayne Wade. How about him being a coach that's gaining experience as an assistant? He's earning his chops under a championship coach like Eric Spoelstra, an organization like the Miami Heat, and the tutelage and validity of Pat Riley. He's currently being interviewed for NBA jobs. Cleveland, Los Angeles, Minnesota, New York have all interviewed him for head coaching jobs. So this is just a legit thing of somebody that happens to be in the pipeline and Michigan has a head coaching vacancy. He would be the perfect person to help embody what it took to be culturally relevant because he helped poise the culture. And so for a guy like Juwan, who now all of a sudden finds himself, should I take a pro job? Should I take a college job? I saw how the University of Michigan went after Jim Harbaugh. When they really wanted him, they went and got him. I think that should be the exact same thing with Juwan. You got to go get him. And we can't say nothing negative about what John Beilein brought to the table. He's produced multiple pros. He's produced a player of the year in Trey Burke. But the one thing he did not do, and it was a different style of recruiting, is recruit McDonald's All-Americans.
There you go.
In his entire tenure there, we had a grand total of 0 get recruited to the University of Michigan. I think Juwan Howard is the guy that can bring that back. He will be a terrific head coach. He will be terrific at developing young talent. He wouldn't take no mess off of the players. He will own the Michigan market. And definitely I will be shoes, dress shoes, designer shoes on the floor for as many games as I could. And I'm sure the other members of the Fab Five and Glenn Rice, Sean Higgins, I think he would be the guy that can bring the program back.
Jalen,
literally to where everybody's standing on campus representing.
I hear you, but this is, to me, it's a deeper conversation than that, because the legacy of the Fab Five is something that the University of Michigan for the longest time separated itself from, and even now it feels to me from the outside, and you're Jalen Rose, it feels to me from the outside as though they tolerate the legacy of the Fab Five. They don't embrace the legacy of the Fab Five. That would obviously change if they made this move. That's the part of this I want to hear you talk about.
I agree with you, Greeny, and I just want to paint a picture for the fans. The allegations that were levied upon the University of Michigan that had to do with Ed Martin, for those that don't know, it isn't illegal to know somebody that actually wants to help influence you as a high school kid that's not an affiliate of the University of Michigan. The reason why that became a violation and Chris Webber had a 10-year separation is because he lied to the grand jury. Juwan Howard had nothing to do with that. He's not implicated in any way, shape, or form. And the separation that C. Webb had with the university, that is over. So if he could be a captain at a football game, and hopefully we all get a chance to be 100 and stand locked arms and represent the University of Michigan, and more importantly, represent each other as brothers, I think this will be a huge domino into allowing that to happen. And to your point, Greeny, about tolerating the Fab Five, you're absolutely right. But you know what no one ever did? Return any of that bread that they earned. So to me, it's no harm. There's no foul. If you do hire Juwan Howard, it just so happens that he was a member of the Fab Five, not the other way around.